Chronic inflammation has been linked to heart disease, arthritis, diabetes, and even early aging. It's been called the silent driver behind many of the diseases that shorten our lives. But here's the good news. What you eat every single day can either fuel that fire or help put it out. Today, we're counting down the top 10 foods, backed by real science, that naturally fight inflammation. Stick around, because number 1 is one most people completely overlook. Before we start, quick reminder, this isn't medical advice, just science-backed nutrition information. If you're dealing with chronic inflammation or an autoimmune condition, please talk to your doctor before making major diet changes. Now, let's get into the list. Starting at number 10, fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. These fats work by reducing the production of molecules linked to inflammation, called cytokines and eicosanoids. Multiple studies have found that people who eat fish regularly have measurably lower levels of inflammatory markers in their blood, including CRP. If fresh fish isn't accessible, canned sardines or a quality fish oil supplement can offer similar benefits. Aim for at least 2 servings a week for noticeable long-term effects. Number 9. Extra virgin olive oil. A cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, one of the most studied anti-inflammatory eating patterns in the world. Olive oil contains a compound called oleocanthal, which has been shown to work similarly to ibuprofen by blocking the same inflammatory pathways. The catch is quality. Make sure it's cold-pressed and labeled extra virgin, since heavy processing strips away most of these protective compounds. Use it as your primary cooking fat, or drizzle it raw over vegetables to maximize the benefit. At number 8, leafy greens like spinach and kale. These are packed with antioxidants, including vitamin K, which helps block the production of inflammatory markers. They're also rich in fiber, and fiber feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. A healthy gut microbiome plays a much bigger role in controlling body-wide inflammation than most people realize. Try to include a serving of leafy greens at least once a day, whether raw, sautéed, or blended into a smoothie. At number 8, leafy greens like spinach and kale. These are packed with antioxidants, including vitamin K, which helps block the production of inflammatory markers. They're also rich in fiber, and fiber feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. A healthy gut microbiome plays a much bigger role in controlling body-wide inflammation than most people realize. Try to include a serving of leafy greens at least once a day, whether raw, sautéed, or blended into a smoothie. Coming in at number 7, berries, especially blueberries and strawberries. Their deep color comes from antioxidants called anthocyanins, and these compounds do more than just look good. They've been shown to lower inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein in clinical studies. Berries are also lower in sugar than most fruits, making them an easy daily addition without spiking blood sugar. A cup a day, fresh or frozen, is enough to see the benefit. Number 6, turmeric. This bright yellow spice contains curcumin, one of the most extensively studied natural anti-inflammatory compounds on the planet. Research has found curcumin can be comparably effective to some over-the-counter anti-inflammatory drugs without the same side effects on the stomach. The one issue is absorption. Curcumin on its own is poorly absorbed by the body. Pairing it with black pepper, which contains piperine, has been shown to increase absorption by up to 2,000%. Try golden milk, curry dishes, or a turmeric supplement with piperine included. At number 5, nuts, particularly almonds and walnuts. Almonds are high in vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that protects cell membranes from inflammatory damage. Walnuts go a step further, offering plant-based omega-3 fatty acids similar in function to those found in fish. Multiple population studies link a small daily handful of nuts, around 1 ounce, to lower long-term inflammatory markers and reduced risk of heart disease. Number 4, green tea. Green tea is rich in a powerful antioxidant called EGCG, or epigallocatechin gallate. Research shows EGCG can reduce inflammation at a cellular level and may help protect against chronic diseases linked to long-term inflammation, including certain cancers and heart disease. Unlike coffee, green tea offers a gentler caffeine boost alongside these antioxidant benefits. 2 to 3 cups a day is a simple, low-effort habit with real measurable impact. Coming in at number 3, tomatoes. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a carotenoid antioxidant particularly effective at reducing inflammatory compounds associated with lung inflammation and cardiovascular disease. Interestingly, cooking tomatoes rather than eating them raw actually increases the amount of lycopene your body can absorb. Cooking them in olive oil boosts this even further, since lycopene is fat-soluble. A simple tomato sauce made with olive oil checks 2 boxes on this list at once. At number 2, peppers, both bell peppers and chili peppers. Bell peppers are one of the richest food sources of vitamin C, which plays a direct role in regulating the body's inflammatory response. Chili peppers bring something different to the table, compounds like ferulic and sinapic acid, along with capsaicin, which has been studied for its ability to reduce inflammatory signaling in the body. Together, these 2 types of peppers offer some of the broadest anti-inflammatory coverage of any food on this list. And the number 1 food most people overlook, extra dark chocolate and raw cocoa. Dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa content is rich in flavonols, a class of antioxidants shown in multiple studies to reduce inflammation and even improve blood vessel function and circulation. The key here is moderation and quality. Look for high cocoa, low sugar options, since added sugar can actually work against these benefits. A small square a day, rather than a whole bar, is enough to get the anti-inflammatory upside. Before we wrap up, it's worth mentioning the flip side. Foods high in refined sugar, trans fats, and heavily processed vegetable oils have been consistently linked to higher levels of inflammation in the body. Adding anti-inflammatory foods to your diet works best when you're also limiting these triggers. It's not just about addition, it's about balance. Chronic inflammation doesn't happen overnight, and it won't disappear overnight either, but small, consistent changes to your diet can make a real difference over time. Of everything on this list, which food are you already eating regularly? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this helpful, subscribe for more science-backed health content every week.